My question relates to a situation involving AIR and HCL and the potential loss of employment and the number of redundancies because of what's been happening with them recently. The buoyant economy is not going to be of much solace to the people in Dublin who are losing their jobs. I know that initially AIR and HCL had made a comment that they would endeavour to minimise disruption through detailed planning and cooperation. Now, it's all very well to say, it's great that Cork and Limerick are able to retain their jobs, but the issue is in Dublin. They're located in Dublin 1, and there are a significant number of the employees who come from the local area, and I don't need to tell you about the issues that there have been in the local area. So it's been very, very difficult for them, and I'm just very struck by the fact that there seems to be very little attention given to this matter. Now, a smooth takeover does not really include offering people excuse me, jobs who are based in Dublin, who live in Dublin, their families are in Dublin, to offer them to go to Cork or Limerick. Now, I believe there are some, and it suits them to want to transfer, but there's still that significant number. And regardless of a buoyant economy, they are now going to be out of work. I would hope that the department could be more proactively involved on this matter. I understand from AIR it's costs in Dublin or something that mean they want to move it out of Dublin. If the department could do anything on that.
Much, Deputy Sullivan, and indeed both Minister Humphreys and myself are very conscious of the situation with HCL and those employees affected. And I can see exactly where you're coming from. These jobs, as you said, many of them are your constituents in Dublin 1, and our thoughts are certainly with them. It's not easy to lose your job, particularly when you have a very buoyant economy out there, and there may not be other opportunities for them. But there is consultation ongoing at the moment. Of course, you're right, it will suit some employees to transfer to Cork or Limerick. There are others it won't, for family circumstances and other reasons as well. And I said we have to be conscious of that, and that's why the Minister for Social Protection, Regina Doherty, has sent a team from Intro in there to deal with this situation. And also, Minister Humphreys and myself have spoken to the IDA on this to ensure if there are other job opportunities, and for some it may mean upskilling or whatever in relation to this, that we will look at that and continue. We hope that the IDA will continue to engage with HCL out there to look at the potential alternatives for investment and growth for these people who unfortunately found themselves in this situation.
Are at the mercy of two multinationals. We know HCL, multinational, and we know that there has been a French billionaire has led a consortium to buy out a majority stake in AIR, and it's these low-paid workers who are caught by all this negotiating that is going on. And it's all very well getting some redundancy, but that does not compensate for people who have a regular weekly income. And we're not talking about well-paid jobs. That's the unfortunate thing here. But they are jobs that are of, they're the lifeline for the people who are working in those particular jobs. And I would like you to let me know on, you mentioned about alternates, the activity of your department in trying to find those alternates. I know there is a ballot. The results of a ballot will be announced today. But my understanding is that that ballot is including the workers in Cork and Limerick as well. And of course, they're happy with what is happening. And I think their vote is going to, we don't know yet, outdo the votes of those in Dublin who are most affected by this.
As you can understand, companies make decisions for strategic reasons, and certainly it's beyond our control to tell them what. We will try and advise them what to do, and certainly we are aware of the difficulties of people that find themselves in this condition. As I said to you, negotiations are continuing in relation to redundancy and transfer arrangements, and between the trade union and the workers at HCL. The idea have performed very strongly over the last 12 months. And I would hope there will be opportunities for the workers affected in other companies or in other areas, or that HCL may find other reasons to deal with this situation. And we will work closely, and I can say it to you, both Minister Humphreys and myself will work very closely with the IDA in this. I'm very conscious of this. We know the way, Deputy Sullivan, that you do represent your constituents, and you're very conscious of what happens locally. Nobody wants any community to be affected by unemployment, and we would hope that we can deal with the situation and work with the IDA, work with the Minister for Social Protection and through the trade union and see what satisfactory solution we can reach this. As you said, there are people that it suits them to go to Limerick or Cork in this, but as I say, this is a strategic decision made by the company, and it's important that they continue to have a presence in the country. That's really important.